Hey y'all, today I have for you another 20 items that sold for $40 or more. These sold between February 1st and February 6th. If you're new here, I am a full-time reseller on Poshmark, Mercari, eBay, and Depop, and I love to share items that sell over $40 because that is usually my target. There are some exceptions, of course, but ideally I am picking up items that resell quickly and resell for at least $40. First on the list, we have these new with tag Escada jeans in this tan colorway. These I got in a box from Helpsy Source. It's one of the companies that I love to buy items from. These were in their designer mix. I paid $20.25 for these. They took a really long time to sell. The brand Escada I typically stay away from now because I feel like I just can't sell it well. I'm actually thinking about sending the pieces I currently have into the RealReal because I believe they're going to do much better there. This one took 288 days to sell. It sold for $45.60, so I only made $7.03 on this sale. If you've sold Escada with the RealReal, I'd love to know your experience in the comments below. Next were these Everlane Dream Pants in black. I paid $7.15. They sold just 6 days after listing. Most of the time, I feel like the Dream Pant does sell rather quickly, but it does surprise me sometimes and like occasionally takes a significant amount of time, but usually it sells rather quickly. This was definitely the case. In 6 days, it sold for $49, leaving me $30.03. Then these Everlane uniform men's jeans. This is the athletic jeans sold. These took a long time. They took 267 days to sell, but they did sell for $61.60, and that left me with $35.10. Next, a style from Everlane that just flies out of my hands. This is the utility barrel pant in rosewood. I paid $7.15. It sold 6 days after listing for $59, leaving me $35.71. Then a really good thrift store flip that I would love to keep repeating. This is a Free People dress. It's the Zoe Switt 100% wool dress in black. I paid $9.95 at my local thrift store. It sold just 10 days after listing for $80 and left me with a profit of $54.06. These flips, I am trying to figure out how to get them more frequently. So I'm trying to go to thrift stores multiple times a week to just see if I can increase the frequency of such good return flips. These next 3 sales are all from the brand Everlane, and 2 of the sales are on Everlane's website under the best selling category, and I feel like that is definitely true. So one of which is the barrel pant and the other is the boxy Oxford shirt. So if you come across these in the wild, I feel like they will likely sell quickly for you. So first up is the boxy Oxford in light blue. It sold 3 days after listing for $40, leaving me $26.13. Then this in-between item that I don't have, this is my first time selling this style, so I'm not sure about the demand on this style, but for me it sold in 1 day, which was amazing. This is the rib knit crew sweater in cappuccino. It sold for $46, leaving me $29.18. And then lastly, this barrel pant. This one specifically is the fatigue barrel pant in black. It sold 3 days after listing for $55, leaving me $36.85. Next is a dress by Show Me Your Moo that if you've seen my videos before, you've probably seen me talk about this style. This style does so well. This is the Jasmine halter maxi dress in champagne. I had paid $20 for this. It sold 11 days after listing for $83, leaving me $46.19. Then this L'Agence Janelle raw hem jacket sold. I paid $25. This one thankfully sold 10 days after listing for $90.60, leaving me $47.26. This specific jacket I've had unlisted for, I'm like ashamed to say it's probably been unlisted for like a year and a half. So for it to sell in 10 days was such a blessing. Then is a gorgeous gown by Aina by MacDougall. So MacDougall is really expensive retail. It's a gown brand that if you haven't heard of is definitely worth looking into. And then their subline is this Aina by MacDougall, which also can do really well. This one is a tiered ruffle gown in this hot pink color. I paid $42 for this. It sold 27 days after listing for $130, and that left me with $62. Now with gowns, I do think that you have to sit on them a little bit longer. They're oftentimes a little bit lengthy of a sell, but the payout usually is really good if you can find them for a good price. Next, another Everlane style that this is my third time selling, and every time I've had it, it's sold quickly. Now I realize 3 is not the best data point, and I would probably need to get it more to see if there really is a high demand, but it seems as though there is. This is the Everlane Modern Breton Tee in brown and navy. I've had it in different colorways, just this like thick striped tee with the boat neck. Tends to move really quickly for some reason. This one sold in just 2 days for $40, leaving me $26.13. Next is another item by Everlane, but this style I feel like doesn't move as quickly. There are some exceptions, but in general, I can't really move this style quickly. This is the lightweight French terry hoodie in sage. I do think when I had it in like black and white, it definitely moved quicker, but the colored ones, I've had some for forever, or what feels like forever. This one I paid $11.20 for. It sold 193 days after listing for $43 and left me with $25.55. Next is this romper by Free People. This is the Free People movement, the athletic line. This is the Hot Shot romper in zebra. I paid $9.26. It sold 33 days after listing for $47, leaving me $27.08. Then this Everlane Riviera midi dress in black sold. I paid $13.49. It sold 15 days after listing for $56.80, leaving me $30.25. Now this one is great, but I've had multiples of this style in different sizes and different colorways, and they are taking a little bit longer to sell. I'm also getting a lot of lowball offers on them, so I'm trying to stick to my guns on pricing a little bit, especially since we're going into the warmer weather. It's not like we're leaving it. But yeah, this style I'm on the fence about right now. We'll see how it turns out. Next, as seen earlier, is another Show Me Your Moo Jasmine dress in the same champagne color. This one sold just 12 days after listing for $58, leaving me $26.40. Next is a find that I picked up from my Goodwill boutique. It was in their new with tags section, and I'll definitely share the haul video up on the screen. This one I picked because Flare is just still in right now, which is great. They had this priced at $13. It took 13 days to sell, sold for $60, leaving me $35. Next, another Everlane dress. Everlane dresses is something I'm still kind of trying to figure out. I feel like their time to sell is a little bit longer than other categories, like their pants or jeans, dependent on the style, of course, and even their tops. I feel like the dresses just take a little bit, and I'm not quite sure why. Maybe it's my pricing, maybe it's the time of the year. Of course, this is early February, so it's still cold out. So I'm curious to see in the next couple months how that changes. I definitely don't feel like I have a grasp on Everlane dresses and how they sell. This one is the Japanese Go Weave slip dress in black. I paid $13.49. It took 56 days to sell. It sold for $48.60, leaving me $22.42. Next was an item that I listed a little bit late in the season. I should have got these items out before fall because I feel like they're very fall vibes. This is a dress by After 6. It's the velvet wrap maxi dress in this auburn moon color. This one took 44 days to sell, but it did sell for $64, leaving me $38.73. This one I was kind of surprised like in February that I was selling velvet, but I'm happy to obviously be selling it. I do feel like I missed my window a little bit. If I had been listing these maybe August of last year, then I might have seen a better uptick in sales. Okay, and last but not least for this video, we have another pair of utility barrel pants. These are in the black colorway. These sold just 10 days after listing for $70, leaving me $48.85. these utility barrel pants, I would love to come across more or purchase more because man, do they fly. And keep in mind that in these what sold videos, it's also important to pay attention to style, because it doesn't have to be this exact item that you're finding. You could find something in a similar style from a different brand that may do really well. Recently, I found these like ultra wide Madewell jeans and I picked them up based on style. Madewell can be hit or miss, but knowing how like utility barrel pants and flared items and ultra wide items are doing really well right now, I felt like those were a very good risk at this time. I just want to thank you so much for your time and watching this video. Your likes and comments really mean the world to me and help support my channel. So if you have a time to do either or both, it is much appreciated, and I'll see you in the next one.